tial rosus grul maraklay marubul belau bilung biraklay marmasil belau President of Senate Hokons Paulus marugul senators Speaker Anastasio marugul delegates Chief Justice Ngiray Galaw marugul justices governors lators marbekal other belau angara ablura ngayang murhocharigi mangarekra ablu bera alsils kida mal maruda ngartel tutawel it's been a long week diga da mereka sula rubakal dios sira da bagi sira Monday morning portakana liga da mara school arudang kada tamlal imol belum ako diga semle ptoga damages diga da ngat dimla ka adal matamal le akmiral mer order cross radid eng mugla karrakar radid ya makmena say it was a hazard the tarigel kaisa mrungol dimle kyul mum sisi iselior dimla kada expecting kada dimre asula dios lo el soba clear seguida el time kada tiang aman le bizilwi kadul muri lo ba mgelayol tenya amal mol mamlaria delegation amla rablu ramrigel mamle nagauta dengi magim no sa tiang mo meeting erger magi dimle andabal fortunately ngaria dengira hotel magim lo meet congressional delegation al gidam den sa tamlar belau tia uktim le omroril me amlani ngel chairman of foreign affairs committee ra house of representatives ramrigel ngia chairman mix ngiam le head delegation e ul mangela delegation angaria Peter Meyer nga Republican from Michigan Sarah Jacobs ngamle Democrat from California Rodney Davis nga Republican from Illinois G.K. Butterfield nga Democrat from North Carolina Matam Suzy el Democrat from New York tigamle telol matiala ata largest el delegation ara adara congress ramrigel ukmera ablur belau sel bol lo lisiril toase abela mal togubet sel bulu togubet sel misi adal willer yedam yedam den ablur ramrigel ngari security el altime tira mal melding ablur bela tase se yaklisi el adal willer yedam kadmo me senkyo me holding ablur belau mang kadamare ngasulir of course tamel memlisi tel dal willer yed tamle sorry momanya egel issues rigidra climate change to mesro se magara don se ora geizar ablur belau and I think sorry mom se mgadigira el guerra tel tokora kampak mang kadamare ngasulir le holding le tiamo ngal le ongerul lomara omlole adra congress amriga al adi talbuil idam ne sem naringel congressman Wasserman Schultz el le beginning of October ima eighth case tial among mungede real sele la rak nga direk mani ke imora senator mera Oceans Conference wal klwal delegation amna ablur bela mangada momala swar sel uk nia ul de sura adram reger sel uk sisi el del willer git nga se del direk lo da kier sel was el aluyen lani sel announcement ra a USDA and I don't know if you comilsara a news the USDA amno se lo ai sergid lo se tamla a grant sergid se lo se reconnect el value niya 35 million se la goto klol niya sura uk USDA mera blur belau lo wir seguid el program magada gotru le gadamre ngasulela staff mara dala management ra PNCC el Cell Reconnect program amne require agamang al proposal tamara luluruyoring mlemring luluruyoring last year tiang sadlo device was last year about this time kadamlo mesengel nia secretary of agriculture tam Vilchek siradabong gida dilmura siradamura obis kada maria tol da dilmura board of PNCC set time to get together was medunga $28 million loan from ICDF from Taiwan am letting the morte say please la gadru tumla loan gida mal to qabel set stop loan by 12 crores se magara mode gaigal belsiu mang selme first loan tidel mura USDA siradabong am le oni tertiwa se kame mo sube cycle بالسامل نيا أوري ميدنا 16 مليون درك مولاب سيل ICDF loan عمله سوري الموضوع del per se reduce interest الين سيل مو ICDF ngariyo ادريغل upgrade ra system ra PNCC سير هذا بون ايجا تقول دولا بالمرام ريجل من سير angara January abluram ريجل أولای سرقي دلواسه اجي ورا دي suggestion مركمي دلواسه me lagam ask for forgiveness ra loan اجي buy extend ra loan reduce ra interest ما PNCC ملو سبيل reduce ra loan رنيل بالبريل 200,000 رمضان 100,000 رمضان ونيرو تدلورجي دلواسه يا لكن assume taking forgive ra loan and what will issue mo eligible girel take the grant maral you know it was a team effort no sela staff rigidra PNCC كنت مكان مالويل proposal مو مثل granting wal 759 million او wal tila bada halin di bela mal gerel blue hilo 35 million so say help rigida mo se adal legal fiber to the home that means fiber optic to every home mang tik sokal kon graduator especially Virginia Talay ma Thomas ma Brenda triya staff rigida na PNCC minimum mokrtial proposal and they did a fantastic job mong lo sa edel there's another grant rablo amrigel ara 14 million although lasa malari le tara problem ra PNCC ari Huawei ra alsel Huawei adonone asin sel contract wal allow tir mutedin akral bru bela control tel system rigid mang partra u kontila blo amrigel ase wala clean network rigid تدري قالوا نيتو سمي ذا كلينر سيموت سير قدوران ارسل ريب اند ريبليس ما تو بدا يجل هواوي ذا ريبليس لولا با او تكنولوجي ارسل لي دل كده قاعدين ولا دون ولا دلو بنتريرمو so hopefully by the end of the year قد كنا عملنا result ترسي that will really help او PNCC مو more sell بسل اسيادر اسين بس بقول ادرا تكنولوجي with no debt كنت دي بيجل موت البلانس and hopefully se help in the long term more reduce our rates like really goal amrigelo se sel digital divide di maran mo oroy magara technology dos peri important to education important to healthcare and I'll talk about that later okay I'll tip later Taiwan me so this other maran sura blue amrigel grel say misal uk tel uk CCL del wheeler of course ongelo lurer engineer da uk vice president Lai Chengte of course engang vice president blue Taiwan either sera da bora blue Taiwan beginning ra el alman ya amle onti del monga amlo otisel ya the sweater was namo mrega covid me drutel reconnect we drutel species agaizari ya sel goto to trela aigal skogir gamin mang dimle segi del meeting la magila president Chang was vice president Lai tiangar ale magadokora gamma gorunda sa sengala amera January amera dimle segi de murgo otro clase de agi gora beginning ra November mo se del magorok legal flight tek mura China airlines more de motautlen kida onda sa Chinese new year dita se totautra di mare da kadamre ngasule le sel se otia mesel del urigid mesel intent rabla at time was it's we have to take action and we have to take it immediately mang kadamla mo mesel flight tem lamo omul beginning on November 16 and regular and akle announce ri rabe kara gurandre elil was ngablo check expedia was lamang taigal rate le taramle problem ri da dongole la Taiwan ma bela mal expensive as koi and when I checked on Expedia namo sa del tigra flight del $500 round trip per Merbella was 526 and from LL Merbella was 1600. Of course, it's seasonal, but at least that's the commitment that China Airlines is making. Of course, the government encouraged it to say, "Tigam CCL partner we need to Malaysia say." You know, tell delegation or President Lai came with 120 people, and most importantly, I get 22 different series ra ablura Taiwan trial other tourist tiramlay from each tigal Hedra Tourism Bureau tir. Gida sel goal gida say let's get back to a daily flights, let's get back to 40,000 tourists a year from Taiwan. If anything they share the same values gida we fight for climate change. We believe in protecting our oceans. Hopefully, visitors that share the same values, I'll meet the respect the environment the help the ook against get of course sera the Taiwan amle soda I'll met to investment gradually see to hospital the direct message to climate change direct message to fintech tell delegation represent la response el mercel visit tergido se continue el program milisi so تديجيلر ده قدم له split مار أدرا aquaculture أم لو مسا تقول aquaculture ديم لقى البرang رونمود ديري قال ملاريا تيم الملل ديري قال ديم لقى البر الباب توك ملو مسا investment possibly أوك diversified tourism رجيد التقول golf course متى تملورا عمل غيو وما نرتما وما أيراي ما غرمنوي المهم سواسي غرا what's the potential Diregal Naria Seluk Restra Group or together more albab. Tigatil other tourist. Among Gal President Tramal excited among Selang Arsing was a Yagida, Ela Tiamalungil Bulu, Detail Bangari Lombra Alcil Samal, Tia de Alcilaria, Artrigim Woodle. In was a Gira the Mo design a program, but what Trigil Karen Mortigal Woodle, Tiriganga Viola Baudo. To field temil vacation. So we have to figure out different ways. Sorry l'amor, sorry la table slow bilas, sorry maybe comfortable again on earth. I get that. We have to look at the different markets. Environmental tourism. Combine it with education. Let's, for example, climate change. Minister oisa coral bleaching oisa challenge rigid jellyfish lay mo se ela kaduk multi material students ame ikadong titril mo show them what the coral that's been bleached kita bay mo tourist mo roy de sel do send take them to jellyfish lay say gam la elang you see namo ka elang klal so be creative and think of ways to market the place to different markets mo se our students are high school, elementary, our parents are so we have to be creative and think outside the box. Of course, kita so the lolis culture the material pabalda, may other areas that we can help them and encourage them to come. But di mla dil sige dar really mang elia ako setia sera neng grand slam tourist emro eling emlar hospital mangela minister Palau el Shinhong am le donate el equipment el beginners el telemedicine program rigid mang mo sa irar toktang al dingara at Taiwan diagnose a patient tertiang so maybe motive lesson or referral help rigid sa el process among I think that was a very positive thing and diregal ngal president vice president trial me untetira dara yakyu in fact tartira utsogora LA Dodgers and the other one played for the Seattle Mariners. Among tamal dire malamatra blail ukni amno sukolog tira Pittsburgh Pirates elangara Tampa Bay Rays. Di gira del dire inspire ang aliet to dream that the sky is the limit. We can always do better. Mang aktilura President Lar Elwa sega amlel you hit a grand slam +1 elang tourism, investment, aquaculture, health and baseball. So of course, ang aritigel team at Taiwan that are coming at the end of the month, ukme kampitero mugede and increases the exchange. But it's all about teamwork, and kadamral appreciate our visiting and what, of course, Taiwan is doing to help us revitalize, reconnect, and give us hope. Paggira la elal maral merrak. Diregal elal week, kamal dika total del meeting, and diregal kiler da uka. Admiral Nicholson, Marcel Timra, JCM, Rablu Ramrigel, Tigek Medanar Odel Adan Artiang, of course, el Masadar Tialuk partnership Yidra Uktora Security Rablu Belau. And Tedriga me announce a Tokal Mal Lungil program law rule, of course, el help Yidra airport operations. Tedriga say one of the things that been announced earlier. Palau tara airport el mali missing will train that other game. It's the one of the only airports Pacific la laura other airport motmur aircraft tara soldal lo mgala forklift lo dakla lo mgadora ma ase atigamal expert tara bagal leng to asing tokol airport tara mrigila dakal ala til motmur skogir air force tabiklal al tu la saiderin tam garam kada congratulate the minister of yang maradal mal بدو لو ريال دريغل الميلسا award of course ministry of health ريد راوك efforts تير راوك تقرا كوفيد ما اوك help ريد راوك تقرا vaccination ما so ماريا award رينوم سا ديريكتور مدرايساو دريغل اوك نو سيد الاغاموديت تير راوك ماريا اوك parent المليل ميغير الاغامل دي لما قدمال you know اوك congratulate ايغال ministry راوريد and of course تدريغ لو اي سجل وبتوقع البروجرام تدا الى المرال ميرا اللي بتوقع فيزيت سلمي الملمول ملوا لاست يير سيل ميرسي شيب اللي صار لاست يير امين الار يير سوري دي سمر المي الموت المي سيل باسيفيك بارتنرشيب من اكشلي غادي تول ديال المي غادي وان الميرا اكتوبر اي سي غادي اكتوبر 1 سيل غون غورا مورا دي مورا ذا ستوب اوفر دغال سال المرول اكسرسايز دغال سكلو اكتيفيتي This emergency ship mera December 12 and artermo 26 2 weeks se circlo dial el circlo l'hospital kada mena se kada mal mena sulil uk focus ra bela me holding arigida of course ngari gab to activity til murun kada msada to airport kada mena sulil albira glulaw el tira ukul tibdi resolution joint resolution alungi tra blura amrigal blura Taiwan blura Australia blura Shabal ma blura Korea المطمع ده سا airport ترجع ده مال غدب one of the things we learned سا تايوان and this is a challenge China Airlines سامبال دي لوجي ده سي كم أسكرام ما سي مولتين على فير عندك ماما غدب runway كم يوم ده كاتسام بيجي تيالس كوجي ما and that's a problem را Korea direct problem را Shabal a problem را Australia ما قلت ميلن درا أسيلس كوجي ميلن درا لوجي له ميربيلا مقدر دريغ المنا مسؤولة أستراليا المي أناونس سيل بيسل فلايت المامور بريسبين الميربيلاو لو من تيبل كمان لو ران ويرجيت إن سيل سيجد له سكوجيرا China Airlines الميربيلا Airbus A321 neo سيمال غارون غارتيال مورا بريسبين non stop the length of the runway they would probably have to reduce the passengers by quite a lot it has to do with the takeoff and landing so c'est important the resolution and what is economic interest the more important thing security interest trabluram legal so we're asking for cooperation unless I say was both tara priority and lastly of course el alwi modibus real mental Sunday. Mo attend the COP 27. Of course, there was a climate change. There was a COVID now the climate change that bangia the amande ka diliu mal experience ni. Mangira dal mal mal ngai ger rogul teal el ngi travel la was me bodada of course edo mok do ngoriom bertel lugu lakna regid but at least the reduce the impact of carbon and let's work toward 1.5 لقد give up الجيل سيم قد مورا Egypt موديبوس التال سانديم قد قبل دي مرنا سولي لوك بلوس المي and lastly كده عملوا sign سيل 11-26 لا يا غورا قد أنا مرتوانا ميتما بتيان we have to sign them قد لو ده قد invite رقمي وندك تيو أيش سيقدم لي passes ملسانة سيلا البل passing أول بيرا قلولاو تيلا سيلا نيامو أمين ده جل immigration law رجيد مو waiver أدرى أمريكان مر أدرى RMI ما FSM يجي ده دم بداسين fees اللي جيدا سيلا برا أمريكان ما RMI ما أمريكان أمين FSM إن دقل charge جيدا يجي من كده أوبلي waiver يجي ده fees كتير ديريق لو سيسيل ديريق الإمبورتانت من أرسل سيلا أسيل على أرجيد من سيد المايجل ودو درا LRO رباجت المال مرا أيجي ده justice Ileng tira uplang usil ngara RL araw. Magkadamre nga sulara drol bil man lemre adal aktel giret say el understand say gidel el important say. Musube nga kadmal di 11 o'clock gira nga sel meeting na JCM makmali morse ba imskame atel makomoger ager adang.
Ali.
Abo nga kamik.
Untuk tayo presidente. President elal sils ra elal tutaw yang arnya court case at tali kara SS.
Oh.
O mang kadal adi mira iwatas ni losi mga iwatas ni ma. Ako yung auto sem losi elal sumo mang so happen mang mamsisi SS mang dia kalau to daw din. Kadal amo si auto dergel amo ngot mo krusel egal SS supplementary benefits.
That's a weird question. Well, I think amle until SS aman le baktakla. Ngari policy decisions el gire mega olbira galulaw. Ngari sel el ngara proposed la ngara amdal olbira galula al time el gumral wase kidam lot maga leadership only tra consultant matamem trulla study and I think it requires action. Seu kontila SS rase kami da bora igel telbilet kada dilla telbiler sera mera last year wase malmol ma igal benefits ding ukira del demulangar alet por da SS wal tala da igal teblol toy ngari ala al wase pay etamde sing song saudo del pay ngari ala al wase as a fiduciary ego ngari ngar alem mortigel kotel magigarel dirigam lo mul contribute kumbral wase kita mensing bring el time real al time digal sadar nas attacks I understand there's again el concern other will be regular the maybe for example let's take a talbagas to tangan namugira del 65 adom retar kamal ngartenga yedel kadri msisi abdanya to tangan lawro agida those are policy changes that help regidel extend their life stability ra SS Al-sum de kalse del implementer 9% del aliyah. Maybe we can postpone it. But again, these are the options. It'll all be like lomes. Maybe the 1% increase. But let's look at all the options. Lagada al-simra or the sweat. And so understand the cell decision or SS. Emal understand the cell the lul the sweat or other all be ragalulaw. And I think cell best solution. Adabura agort el most model was a mera cell. Tao ba mera klisi irtel toy. Of course, Olbira Galula sell more. Amendrala and Uti sell fiduciary responsibility SS board. I guess that's another option. If that's the argument. I get it. Or sell requirement, or saying require actuarial study or increase. I get it. Those are currently in the law. So I get more conflict, and I think that's why the best way to sort it out, go to the court. And of course, let's see what the court has to say, and then for the Boragel solutions. And obviously, we have to come up with solutions. Kadamdayan was a long term. ISS ergida dekal soda bolgosokos. But they do have money now. Give them understanding that they can maybe for the next year or two and instead of malmon malwai say. So I think that's really what we have to work through. But we have to reverse the trend. Let's have a plan. Let's see how we get ourselves out of it. So,
one question, Presidenta. Tial, mungkin nanti tial nomor kalau seseliol terserah Monday, mungkin terus school ma baby rawur. Ngani ako assessment kalau orang melihat tu saya malu asyik yang ada matches yang aku rasa itu kalau aku omis telang.
So, mungkin saya malam mereka ada nemo, nomor seguida assessment, lo mungkin legal state government, mungkin hari pasca ate alda vice chair nemo minister of young malu orang update tergi.
Wiltu tayo kam sulang presidente sulang kam besra ayer YC ida namo o practice rigit el maruring ngidil sa sulyol telmeng kada mo mga mokla assessment man sir ong eruror alokoram na mo klira rail to kuni bul sila bulur oror ma ay raya trigel o jo a partnership ra nemo ma Red Cross ma state government kada marur sa gidal dom kadonil wa sig initial damage assessment sel total waiver assessment mname mel al time adra nemom tiri Red Cross tiri screen igel assessment te verify LA wasing len so adal mo o identify wasi tial blail mil tamal hindi mlengil lokop ka adwel ang swebo ko dangabel alubeng ka rakal mlal bitar ni milul lotel alubeng adwel imora blail ngara neighbor ni amne tom lim ay ga mo kay diri kita dolu la palsir kita mamulaklat kama almora buay wasi iga kita gire dal mal gire dal kergikla asel sugum katukuk marolayol terme marala udore la ambes kamsula
Sulang orang wilgere di sogal ngutel te alle bay mal mawrang sulela PPUC. Lagi dam dengi na se mal ne toka mukul karakar. If anything te amali mesen toka mukul karakar mumle emring tira al muturam karadra dengi indi umra lo se by midnight ser kasu se tiram lam kardia bela rogi. Or moster bela hoise. Magdamar al mring asulir tira adra oro te gemral dilur talsil sen mokop sen. Dire kan mal mring asulir state government di tilo de moklina rarael. Of course adala Minister of Young Public Work marbeklat of course kita school mung tilo ran ma aigar alsen mut tilo del mom clean up school hospital so kada mring asulir beklat adra government you know mar adra blul even though no da kador selsil sa amle urera damle clean up mung seral beger da vice president la ru dim da typhoon erbela am dim da kayol magada makora hase agi dital give loring msa evidence agim lo raulong ya rangers hase move sube se moda se de visit se historical site raulong le benjor se ulu ko lagar lagar be bul ma asel patam lo da se del morile tamle clean up order ndim lo da se clean egal alba rogul el prepare gir el tial omra mung at least emlari evidence le se te amra mlari ayolt mung diga tamran bring asula other bela mral tilo ben in full force ndim le tal se se clean up tamran
Good morning, Mr. President. The congressional delegation from the USA has said that they were here to show up and listen to the issues of Palau. So when you met them, what are the issues that were raised for Palau? And then since there are only a few of them with over 200 delegation, 200 members of the Congress, and a midterm election coming, do you think they will make a difference when you talk to them?
There's 400 plus, 450,
400.
435, right? Yeah. But, you know, it was really a privilege to be able to host them in Palau. Palau has a very strong relationship with the United States. And by seeing them show up, to engage and learn more about Palau is so important because we're so far away from Washington, D.C. And that's what we've been telling them. We're so far away. We're 25 hours by plane. And when you're 25 hours away by plane, you're forgotten. And so we wanted to show them our challenges economically, our out-migration of Palauans, searching opportunity outside of Palau because the lack of economic opportunities here. We wanted to share with them that economic resilience is just as important as security. And of course, share with them our challenges with climate change. So that's why we brought up issues of the hospital, for example, that's in the wrong location. We brought up the issue of the runway that's too short, that prevents us from economic development. I shared with them when I was in the U.S. At the summit with President Biden. They had a Chamber of Commerce meeting, and they wanted to know how that went. And I said it was a good meeting because it allowed us to share with them the challenges. And FedEx was there, and I said, why not have a FedEx hub in Palau? Oh, I'm sorry, the airport's not long enough, so we have to fix some things. But you know, getting them to understand that Palau is their closest ally. if anything, it's the closest thing to a U.S. territory. Why not invest in Palau? And it can be a win for the United States and a win for Palau. For U.S. industry, for U.S. investment, they can gain opportunities. And I think that's really what we wanted to show them so they understand and explain to them that, our relationship under the compact is so important. But sometimes in the past, we've had challenges. Palau voted for the compact 7 times. We did not want the compact for one, nuclear issues. Another one was we did not want to experience World War II again. But now with the radar site in Palau, we become a bullseye again, right? That's the reality. And so we have to help our friends know that we are partnering with them to provide security to the United States. And it's a win for the United States because that provides security, but also hopefully provides peace and prosperity for the region. And so they need to help us with our prosperity so that our people can stay home. So, sulangan selgere Bernadette halik tibul smodil tor bela umar adra bela lo range. Kita mlanya tela de madur trigal selider rather olbira blue ramregal ler bela. Of course, he's chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, so he has oversight, of course, over the State Department, which has oversight over Palau. That's why it's important when you have the chairman's visit. Mngel mlea nge chairman of Foreign Affairs Committee mtrigal adal. Of course, en temela sen kira blue ramregal ndi tira ultangal meleng. Seguida los singil gire la blur velo. Kita mlo lo ay setilo ase. Ngarigen mklo tutel kita albangal. Climate change. Hospital kita dodoni lo ase. Di tibul sok layol teng asel matamal. Gira drom da sura bes hospital. Diregal gadam dur tilo ase gadam la ramregel msadara investment tra mera bluma ma gado invite tra FedEx ndi ase halle disco skojoro matibu gadam gira lo uro ringi. Mgada kase tora security ramregel matogora atogora geizai. Engirul tibul me gom ngati tels ko jor gamam mangari kadam mung se sige del resolution of passing all bira galulaw kodul tibdi selul dasol dire kan ngun masteri dire kan misada tema se tel tokora kan pakta of course amra la dur giral ding agespe angesul giral dakal dim asbira ton da se dir diga yide de gal sebel se amle brak taqtin ngel negotiator last year se qtil mortir magada قدول لقيت مقدم الأعمال مرينا سوليا بريزنت بايدن التلتكيا بأسل النيغوشيتر hopefully se bulgula se se del mutual adadu رايجل نياسو نيا ميرا بلور بلاو التغونية سel تيجي president بايدن مثل declaration بلاد ساين نيا بلاد غاميت المورين سيرنا واشنطن دي سي هذا سيناريا بأسل البول سيجل سel تورم بيلا new resources سيا مسكيدا هوب كده نعرف FAS راسي Amrigela wal blal tiblo opena tuangan ligiral da dul girela akam pakta mang sel agot klo tu telela sel sum tamem tolding rablur belaw التسئيل مساب الواد ممكن يجي له السباد مسئيل وك موايس تيجي سأليرين غرا أولبيرا بلور أمريكان رايجل تيال سيسي الدلول رجيد مقرادة داخل قاين سو مبولونير تير لونير رجيد تقول أمريكا كذا سنجير الوين وين سولا
Pada batte me presidente magidi yo metegal gele koni tablol gera agot tamura hotel moral mora Egypt el mortal cup 27 cup 27 sel domesa kora aisil mera blue lade atara kora concern la masada se tel issue la climate change awal kora mlamo o secondary regal butol المقلول بوندا رمتابل أتغني قال تقرا geopolitics ما أوي من question I guess minister ka they call you the Pacific climate change advocate ngaral message sa dobang almo telo maral الممتاز كورا مو تلقي بالموت سكون بر أدا كورا ملا مستتل كورا turn away را معلومة كورا ملا مو o masaularan din ato kora climate change o mamisen minsan mo mutulo si italuro do moruni na altan.
So lang naman lungil question maral waisel seral boringa makamadara Russia migran boring la lalu of course I gil bebe rablo los pe ako lam lo multi crossing we have no choice magi ginam los pe ako especially during this winter mang diesel direct domestic crossing dia kadilgi the small island states amlamo o mesa impact ra climate change ra kelangar tal adam economy ma vekkal bulu mesa recent event Pakistan le flood for the first time in so many years Europe mong why say flooding mumgal da belum mong di melta aswarta mong globally ada understand ra impact ra climate change it's no longer a denial kasi hindi climate change sel gida adra Pacific small island developing states actira aldrigam le return 2 weeks ago mlara sel meeting ra organization of African and Caribbean and Pacific states aldrigam saying we need to continue to have a united voice sel the boraigal climate meeting ma conservation of biological diversity because there's a very close link climate to biological diversity loss and direct mong kuk sel message sergida belaw ma Pacific kwasay kumama mal kigare contribution kumama mortal climate change yet if we don't do something by the end of 21st century we probably won't exist kada continue kasi ang giren mo rin separate financing facility ra UNFCCC address at tokora loss and damage right now tokora mlamo gilingil recognize rin kung it's an issue at COP26 elang kita pusol was el boringa separate facility ra tokora loss and damage el direct help contribute more ability ra igagid small island developing state cope with climate change, adapt to impact of climate change, continue to build a resilience as a community, as nations to this impact of climate change. Kita di mlakado muulan. Magkita di ka contribute to malmorni. Magigit agora continue message the Pacific has always been the moral voice ratokora climate change legal negotiations. Ese continue give emphasize rin kasi yes ang niya albulela ablu mablulat it's about albulela humanity alakad address at yang it impacts all of us by the end of the 21st century masya agora continue message el gida belaw ma Pacific ma igel small island developing state continue mga other self moral responsibility igal developed countries to do their part. We've done our part, it's not enough. They need to do their part to other moral address at their climate change issue. Musulang.
One more question, Pastor President Almora. Kaligar na kada sa atoy. The one question present ang oramal klo aurior ginela Osiga investment and may belaw mang leopard delegation president vice president laya nganya investors nganya akukti eldadura el selablu baigel kuk namo brekal el namusubula sa investment climate teki dablu belaw maldakal friendly and more investors nganya ko raurior el marail el malas malmutel there's a very good recommendations and milkat moklo kiwa ikagi dali ADB Michael Bebira international organization so sa mga dali environment tagi mo investment friendly.
Well, I think one step in the right direction, of course, tell best tax code tell revise the new tax system helps Atora investment. It makes it clear, transparent, easy to apply. And then I can share Minister Matul. Would you like to share a little bit das Regal improvements in Southern Malone.
Sula Presidente malungit total mora ada media mora ada bela rogui. Sel le el dadu lindaringi ra Taiwan ulban tray dalo sisul kombali. Sin tiragel mlea of total including tiragel lo kotira Presidente o teegi gidel kakarus el bulura Taiwan. Anain ragel kotul maklol kombali ra tour agencies. Lion, Phoenix, Galilee, amle rogui. El di tiragel CEOs tiramlei. President CEOs. Ya tara lo dulu gimul Southern ya Taiwan adere gal mena continue belau. Omesra ela kita FIB gira mo omesra FIB revisit tal FIB la kita FIB. Leng ngani agel bevera provisions atsel gimo meseng mal restrictive. Gidela gal masabal dire gal mungela senator singabao ma delegate umetarol ngara ku committees ra olbil. Gora amlo mesel wasegel moklol agencies ra ablul ad amring till open officer tir belau. Ya mesel was maybe if we eased up a little bit ra luud mansevela for example a Lion which is the largest kombalin nga Taiwan. It's a global company. It's based out of California nganya officer tir nga Australia, New Zealand, Europe. Ya tara kora ideal bel picture nyak mo al sabam open officer mo martang and sa ba global reach command. Los Pera China Airline lot other blue other may. It's no longer just a Taiwan market. It's a global market. Mong alon ngit ternyap mo kami the revisit mo kulang ngani footprint at tiang JTB HIS gidal maklol kombali la Shabal ma even Korea the bora Korea ngari maklol Korea wa gidal Hana tour. If they were allowed to open and our local borders, local agents will actually mga dadu tirgal of the tir okya kalmi. You got the wholesaler and then you've got the retailer belol mga dadu tir. El all time ngani middleman ra ulit. I'll give you an example. As kuma kumbali belol the agent at tirgal makul kumbali magagya ba katangel meaning air tira na mamuy hindi ka incentive or tilo ng server bidara. Hindi ngatya wholesaler and sabelo lover ko singel more other rogoy mo. I think in sabelo mix and match. Is by klonge sul mora other belo as kumangel loba klol okya kang aral sel belo. Setara ko reform do meser ngil so edel mong do other olbile presidente. Ko mes mo how do we work that angle. Idere kal soril agil mo klol agency idere kal to kaloru lageta kal agency idere kal ona hotels golf courses sige dal footprint tirgal idere kal leader til mo open other activities o agil ko president mong kal diversify water and land activities.
Mga sila ko rawal so kasi Palau til open officer til hindi ukla kalam kala Airtel el mora other bela but el time kita wada sa tour company hindi dire kala allow dal other
Gil 100% other bela.
Kita things la sa dal utmokla of course the hotels mga na si ilmer el time and we need to look at tigil ol sisi bro okyak siya Excel iya dal lang so Sula.
Mr. Presidente, le toca agregar el mercado la niatele la presa no da durtiria la Adam Miguel US Congressman. Agulger te abevira todo esto en serending. Hablan en ser quieren. Agulger tiro más en como la moram Miguel me como el ofera Miguel unacceptable. Se vio lo ice muy general unacceptable presidente de Mama Malgoy en muy area halen area negotiation
Ay sel non-disclosure na kung dahil dalawa ay tilang mamarag ay sel.
Sila Mr. Presidente gagada Minister Mutul wa masauda tial klungela plana tourism meso isur belau seluda sulgire la high-end tourism segera implementer ni malu berdugu tiom keger belar el ang semuriu
Man saule malungil tilagadin. At sildo me o sauda high-end na president adri kamnara Singapore me ora silo diesel 4 seasons. Sigilo 4 seasons do me seringi ang magangi asimul mora high value high-end tourism. Makasaru maringi maring laran protek sel ngu. Ma okmo ko nam posisyon ng wa do me Askogi blool nga rin first class, business class, economy. imamade omsindrar okya kargi dangar sel economy. Kadamalas malomgi kara first class mabuto makasa okya tokal iti eklo benefit al mergit. Dingira dal mamu urak mungira mang okman sabi adal kaing will make sure that Four Seasons obok asmarel. Esia omwala bebera wagegi dal investments. Yoduk palan seringi magel kukurang gagrel hotel awuk tongo sadal. Malum sel timral tablong. Dingira ti mo close egi dal product adol trauning. At the moment ngada PPR ngada PRR. The Four Seasons is another notch higher than that. See the quality ado sigiri.
كده دير المهم سي أمر الميل بس الهوتيل أنا إنديغو سي المرة تيال مكوارين عملان. Hopefully within the next few months construction is going to begin. Four Seasons hopefully within the next year معمولة construction. أيجي الهوتيل interesting أحمد دور he happens to be one of the princes of Spain. I was just here دير الweekend ما أتلقى الوقت ما دوري قال نامو 5 times celebrate بلا مالسوال بلا البلو why saying was Four Seasons is going to begin construction قام مالو excited ما سه تلاقي كده الماجيتا دين ما سه next year يقولوا لي لا Emirates المربلا دين كده runway كم يمدي على سلمي لين ميلقوا له هسه جيرل مبتوقع business class seats المربلا. So one good thing at China Airlines سل بس السكوجر تسل A321 الفلارين المربلا سيغاريا actually the business class lay down completely lay down seats. You know that's what you want to see, and that's why we want to encourage China Airlines because they can bring the high end. They got business class United or completely lay flat. Yeah, it's only a 3-hour flight, so that's the goal. I mean that's what we have to do. So that's why we really encourage the regular service. Of course, PPR. That's the only places they want to stay. And so we want to continue to build on that. Indigo, Four Seasons are a higher level than those. So الترند اللي encourage it جدا المي. But ديري غنا ريجال بيبي هوتيل غنا بلا that they need customers. So تيرس كوجي غنا ريجال بيبي راسيتس ديري غنا عمي at least الموني أوكي غرتي. لقد ستوبر تريجال already تسبير أوكي غال ديرك. We need a mix. But we would definitely want to encourage high-end coming.
Sila Mr. President Temura, Minister MPI, Minister Obiang. Goram na starta turisten maran me soiswer belawe. Sabem gadi update la radra blul gerela urior so sit sa airport. Le orgong mal magalda al sele marse. Goram kita asmerela security nging. Isoril extender al mutel 5 years sa sel termera contractor ti.
Am sulang sadoega amal merikra aldadu aku mesa igal karimal meranga yang waom tangara kora public hearing ngaram tere Mr. Talams jauh dengan luasnya ngaral nga kuk ngarinya ru omska information ra amar sama makayal din di me kasura kal wasitial al terminal ergida ABS clalo ABS ergana ni ABS adawel ABS amado ni rogira di ABS endi kidam dingel wasi alta clealda hoy la telgibel mornia clealda hindi kama malasam el promoter sel ada comfortable sel terminal etuwa dam hindi kalabol el filera mo uncomfortable ra clealda ngara ngodra sel terminal git sel dot dile se close el ngesol do balom stera o kya kalwasi hindi kadil comfortable ra sko gil may a terminal git man dira kal comfortable ra al sel aji ngarayal kurbabal sabab mamal mga duula gida mar okya gida mi mokle mula din me ekmerde emrailam periak mail al tungol blamdung al mo tsekara adalo ngara araw dor hindi mel mutrel ang hindi sokal surakal wasen dirka ka kora akam planar okya maluben tour agency airline al mer kamamal gila laway gida kamal musulang kak matingil wasa kablo ng ngaring ako direct line na ako mabuhay kamsulal ko ra updated kita regil ko information naman.
Last question naman yung marami.
Last question, sir. So it was a busy week, a few days. There's the congressional delegation, Taiwan, and the JCM. So these are Palau allies. Is it a coordinated move for them to be here almost at the same time, to send a message to those who doesn't share the same values with you, with Palau, U.S. and Taiwan, or is it a happy coincidence?
Well, I believe that our partners like to visit us, so I would say it's a happy coincidence. Yeah. And it's good to have friends come and visit, and we encourage more friendship visits. So, diam sulang Bernadette kita dimlakal the plan lo asing giril met makaroor tela imol time hindi kada bay mereng asulim nosil melding arigid makal melding arigid ese o tia selm CCL drong ole dama wal dimreng asulim rogura adra media Mr. Talams, Mr. Clay, Ms. Bernadette, and Mr. Gosole. Thank you for joining us today for this press conference. Kita adire kalmal and madangin asing kumasang we're partners. Close to tra adrablo abolo nangi dadakal marul akmereng asuli sige del commitment kamil informer adrablo. Kotrule sodokadi mo acknowledge ra diakon Romeo Tilib lo magitan ngarang lu ya upno ibo sira dongole da lat kara family ringi de last time diregal uk kada diregal mo lat kertiel up togol tira urora kabelment tira urora bekal sils lang uktogo bet sils so la November 4 me da se happy birthday and more ngira kasaw Norman tangara public quorum madiregal Kamela Shiro ga sensor gider ngar along Xiaomi Masayoshi ga uror ngara special ed Keila Shiro ga diregal tara sensor gider ngar ngaran Alen ngiral mau katara bulis nga training ngara maritime diregal ngara Riva Ilamlong ngara media ngara Ministry of State Jenny James nga diregal sensor ngara blura ngaramlungoy ma Sebalt Gibbons nga diregal Google gid ngara food service normal mereka sulit trigal tira amring lorol matmokra Monsieur Blue Belau wish them a very happy birthday ya Dios mo lolmon melong kaltangat tara abalwa dara Blue Belau marabekla kuman sulang mauk the Minara Egypt. Thank you.